All right. Hey everybody, we're here with all 5 rounds, and today's a special day. I got a former trainer and friend Jeff Harrison here with me. Anybody who doesn't know Jeff Harrison, he's a guy who has over 50 Muay Thai fights, fought around the world, 10 professional MMA fights.
Yeah.
So he's been there, he's done it all. Also has a submission wrestling and jiu-jitsu background. So we're talking to a master of martial arts right here. So how are you doing, Jeff?
I don't know about that, but I'm doing pretty good.
No. Don't be modest. Jeff's an amazing trainer, and an amazing fighter. You been watching MMA lately?
A little bit. Yeah.
Here and there?
Tiny bit, yeah.
Yeah. Did you watch the Conor Khabib fight?
I watched the Conor Khabib fight.
Yeah, what'd you think of that?
I think, can we swear on here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I was thinking to myself, I always bet against Conor. I'm like, I never really like the hype. I believe in his talent. I believe he's great, but I always thought he bit off more than he could chew.
Okay.
I thought Aldo would dust him. I thought most of the people he's fought, except vsTito, would dust him.
Okay.
And he's always just like proving me wrong and making me look stupid. I get online, I have a lot of students. I'm like, this guy's gonna lose. Eddie Alvarez, he doesn't have a chance. He's too small. Anyway, blah blah blah. Then whatever.
And that happened.
And then, so this time I promised myself I'm never betting against Conor again. And I'm like, oh, Conor's fighting Khabib. I'm like, fuck. Well, Khabib's like one of my favorites.
Okay.
And he's so good, you know. Like I love his style. I love the grappling. I love the savagery.
Yeah.
I love the fact that he talks to people and just breaks people in half, breaks their will before he breaks their body, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I couldn't bet against Conor.
Okay.
So this was this predicament I was in. So I got on. I'm like, I'm all about Conor. I'm all about Conor. In the back of my mind, I knew he was going to get beat up. You know what I mean? There's that one chance, right? But
right.
It's much easier to close distance than it is to create it. That's for sure. And I think he could have done things better.
Like what?
But I just don't feel. I feel it's tough fighting. Like. I fought grapplers before. It's tough, man, because you're kind of scared to commit, right? You're scared to commit, and that's what kind of Conor was doing. Mm-hmm. He was scared to commit to the punch, and he never really left the crop. He never really let it go. He never really let that big, the Celtic cross fly. He never, he was there. It was more like he was trying not to lose.
Right.
And it was strange, man. He didn't really see himself. Maybe it was the layoff. Maybe it's all the money. Maybe he just doesn't want it. Or maybe just Khabib's truly special. You can't just count that guy out, you know.
But do you think it had something to do with the training? Tell me what you think of this. When I was watching the fight, I kind of thought Conor's, he didn't have the same pop, the same zing in his striking, and I thought he's probably done so much wrestling to try to cover ground that he's probably dropped. And I'd said in previous podcasts before, I said, I think that Conor needs to, if anything, continue to work his striking, because that's his only chance. And that's what I thought his only chance was. I thought he's never going to be able to cover that ground.
Well, I think that's really, really interesting. I don't know if I agree. Mm-hmm. I just don't think there's catching up to Khabib. And I think that's the same pretty much for everyone in the division. I think maybe people's game planning needs adjustment.
Yeah.
Not their type of training, because you're not going to catch up in 10 weeks or 6 months on what Khabib has, and that's the fact that he's wrestled at an elite level. He's a professional, or he's a combat sambo world champion. That's a harder thing to achieve in Russia than an Olympic gold medal wrestling.
Wow.
It's really, really. It's one of the pinnacles of combat sports. We don't hear about it often because we live in jiu-jitsu land, right? But Khabib's a truly, truly special person, and man, I think adjusting game plans as opposed to training methods. You're not going to out-wrestle him. You can work cage work. You can work your whizzer all day. You can work on chin control tactics and this and that and the other thing. It's not going to stop him. You know what I mean? The guy's a bull.
He's too good.
What we're going to do, and what I'm really, really interested to see, is maybe a guy like Ferguson who's got a wicked guard. You know?
You think that could be the solution?
If there is a way to beat him, that is it.
You think it's that?
Like if you do you remember when a guy named Jason Day fought I think it was Alan Belcher, and he just murked him in the rubber guard? It was a long time ago.
Yeah, okay.
Canadian fighter.
Okay.
Anyway, I think something like that, where you trap him in a guard. Like again, people are gonna probably flame on this. I don't care, right? Like because standing up against the cage isn't gonna work.
Nope.
Trying to submit him is not gonna work.
No.
Being like he's never gonna tap. But if you tied him up and maybe did like an old school like Boss Root and Kevin Randleman style, and just landed the elbows from there and even put him in a dangerous position, like a top lock or a rubber guard position, and just went for a cut or something, or maybe a guy like who's not in the same weight class, but like if it was ever like a 55 like Wonderboy Thompson, where that footwork is so elite, you've done that. If you trained that since the age of 5, as long as he's done wrestling and penetrating, you've trained the steps backwards. Something like that might work.
That might work.
But I think people need to adjust not their training, because I think they need to adjust the game planning. And it's a long shot.
Yeah,
and you see Conor was kind of like trying to do it, but at the same time, he didn't do it like the way maybe he should have. He was just kind of like trying to hold on a little bit and gas him out. But like
that's not.
That's his comfort zone.
Yeah.
You could do that for probably 3 hours straight.
Legit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're talking about possibly doing a boxing match. What do you think happens with that?
What?
Yeah.
I think the general public loses $75.
Yeah.
on a given night, and I think there's a lot going on in boxing right now. I don't think that's a fight that should be done.
No,
for the sport's sake. Yeah. Like, why you want to see two guys that don't? You want to put a guy that's 0-0 against a guy that's 0-1 and charge the same amount? You're gonna fucking charge it to watch Wilder and Fury.
Yeah, man.
It's like there's a lot of good things happening in boxing right now. With the new breed of the middleweights, and there's a new slew of heavyweights making it interesting again, and man, I think that would be a shame for both sports, because the true boxers are going to see how bad MMA boxers really are, and you'll see maybe just like why would people want to spend money on that?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's me anyway. I wouldn't care to see that. It's not the same as Mayweather and McGregor, because those two guys are like the biggest hype men.
Yeah.
The biggest shit talkers. I'm a huge fan of Money Mayweather since like back like he was fighting on TSN. Like I used to watch him with my dad, man. Like back in the '90s. I love that guy, man.
Wow.
Well,
what do you think of him fighting in Japan?
I think that's silly too. I think just stay in your own lane, everyone. And the problem is like the money, right? Like this is a clear reflection. You got two people. Like to me, like mixed martial arts is the toughest combat sport in the world, because you need to be a master of many things. You need to know everything. It's just a different level of training, a different level of specialization. It's so vast, in fact, that nobody can specialize truly at everything in mixed martial arts.
Right.
But like it's too bad. It's a reflection to me that the MMA pay scale needs to go up, because you got the best guys in the world and they want to leave their sport.
Yeah.
So like, imagine like you had like Jordan, who's like so great back here, basketball guy.
Yeah.
Back in his day, you had like Jordan, and like he's like, you know what, the NBA isn't paying. I'm gonna go play football.
Right.
He actually went
played baseball.
That wasn't for the money though. He was already rich, man.
Yeah.
But imagine that's the case. Like, I'm gonna give up this sport just for a little bit and take years off my career.
Yeah.
Just to go get a little bit more money. Not a little bit, like a lot more money, because I'm not gonna be set for life if I stay in this sport, even though I'm the best in the world at what I do. It's kind of sad.
That's
to me,
terrible thing.
That like the best guys in mixed martial arts are trying to go to boxing to make money.
Yeah.
It's very strange.
Well,
to me, it's the other way around, because like boxing is an element in mixed martial arts.
Yeah,
you should be trying to master maybe boxing and then going into mixed martial arts, trying to master Muay Thai, trying to master Jiu-Jitsu, and that's essentially what you see. People from amateur sports, wrestling, going, and they're so happy to get paid.
Yeah.
You see people in amateur sports in like Muay Thai and kickboxing going to the UFC, and they can do it because it's a high level. And judokas, like all these amateur sports feed the UFC.
Right.
But like, nah, it's weird with boxing.
Versa.
Yeah, it's weird with boxing, you know? It's strange.
It's the only one, really, when you think about it, because all the other ones, you're right, are mostly amateur-based. And I guess, kickboxing is glory, but it's still not paying.
They're not making money like the UFC. That's why, guys like Adesanya are doing much better
in the UFC.
Than they were in Glory. I've got some Glory fighters, and it's okay. It's good. It's good for what it is. It's great for kickboxing.
Right.
Great for whatever. But like I can tell you that there's no comparison. There's no $1 million paychecks.
No.
There's no $500,000 paychecks.
Right.
So.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah. Well, yeah, no, I definitely think you're right. They need to stay in their own lane, or try to get some boxers to come over to MMA. That'd be great. I don't know if you noticed, but Chuck and Tito are fighting this weekend.
They're fighting the same day as my show.
As your show.
I was very relieved.
Yeah, no competition, right?
I was very relieved that it wasn't a UFC and it was in fact De La Hoya's putting it on.
Yeah.
Yeah, Golden Boy Promotions is promoting two walking corpses. They're gonna be slugging their dusty fists at each other. And fucking, I don't know, man.
What do you think about that?
Man, I feel sad for. I met Chuck, man. I like Chuck.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
How long ago was that?
I partied with Chuck when the Fight Network was first opening. Like the Fight Network was launching.
Yeah.
My instructor, Lucas, I got to corner him, and he fought the one Muay Thai match, and then they had like Justin Bruckman and Carvalho an MMA fight. Then they had Steve Molitor defend like a world title. All at this like gala, and like Frank Trang and Kung Lee and Chuck Liddell, and like all these cool dudes were there, and like Chuck, he's a cool dude. He was always one of my favorite fighters, man, because he fought anybody anywhere. But like, there's got to be a limit. He got starched a bunch of times in a row.
Yep.
And it's too bad that he's coming back. I don't know why he's coming back. Maybe it's the money. Maybe he misses the glory. I think people like cling to this idea that you can always do what you once did.
Right.
Like even myself, I can't do it anymore. I can't fight. I fought for 15 years.
Yeah.
I had over 70 fights, and there was a time where I'm like, okay, the doctors tell me that I shouldn't fight because my brain's busted up.
Right.
And jaw, shoulder, neck, hips, 2 knee surgeries, this, that, the other thing. Like, you know what? Like, I don't want to fight anymore. I want to coach and be successful and this. And like, I don't know why they're doing it, to be honest. Like, I think Tito's still a pretty good athlete, but Chuck led a hard life.
Yeah.
Like, I think I read somewhere that he would have 1 day a month in his training camp to like just go and get like fucked up. Like he's an animal. He likes to party, right? Like, so you can kind of see the difference. Like for me anyway. Like I have seen some of their trainings and stuff. And to me, it's sad too because like media days, like a bunch of like fucking people like sitting around with like cell phones like this one, like you know what I mean? Like they could be doing it over here in the corner of the restaurant. That's pretty much what it was when they used to sell at arenas. They used to be the face of the UFC.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, it is.
I think Tito's gonna whip his ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he'll hurt him bad or something.
Yeah.
Like Chuck looks too stiff. He looks like he's gassing out after 2 minutes of pad work.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's a shame, you know. That's I think Tito got everything that he had throughout his career. Tito used to be one of my favorite fighters. This is the reason that I really got into MMA, actually.
Oh, wow, okay.
Because like back in the late 90s, I loved that guy. He's a brash guy, shit talking.
Yep.
And I think everything he got was from hard work. Mm-hmm. I think that a lot of things that Chuck got, I'm not saying Chuck didn't work hard, because obviously he did, but it came more natural to him. He's a very, very attribute-based fighter. And then he's super resilient, he's super squirmy, he's got crazy like tendon strength to just stand up, and he can knock you out from anywhere. Yep. If he lands just a little tiny punch, you're going to get knocked out. He's big, wide guy, he's made for fighting, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But attribute-based fighters sometimes are the most technical, and once that resiliency fades, and once that athleticism fades, and once your attributes kind of get dumbed down by good old Father Time, that
don't have anything left.
That wretched bastard. You know what I mean? All of a sudden, your chin's gone, and then you, with your hands up, like waiting to take a punch, if you give one back and knock it out, it doesn't work. Right? So I don't think he's going to win. I don't care. I'm not going to watch it.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Well, hey, you know what? You're right. I'm not going to watch it either, probably.
Yeah.
I'm much more interested in what's going on with you this weekend. How about talk to us about live at Landsdowne?
Live at Landsdowne. So we're doing a Muay Thai show. It's amateur Muay Thai, but it's going to be a professional level show. Lansdowne Park is obviously kind of a hub of Ottawa right now. It's right down on Bank Street, right down there. It's going to be good, man. We got 12 exciting fights. A lot of the local gyms are on board. Some of the best fighters in Ottawa will be a part of it. And man, I'm excited. It's going to be cool. We're going to have good production value, good party. Like we're going to have the right sponsors are on board, and we're looking to take Muay Thai and kickboxing to another level. Looking to maybe do 3 or 4 shows next year.
Okay.
And ultimately, my goal is to bring either TKO to Ottawa and work with Stephen Patry to bring a TKO to Ottawa,
nice.
or just to do our own show and do a professional mixed martial arts show in Ottawa eventually, and start building some of the talent up again like it used to be, you know.
Right on, man. Right on. So, do you guys have anybody from New Era Combat fighting on the weekend?
Yeah, we do. We got Mirza Apovic. He's called the Bosnian Bomber. He's a heavyweight. He's a small heavyweight, but he's fast and he hits like a truck.
Okay.
He's fighting versus. He's undefeated. He's fighting another undefeated fighter in the main event from Toronto. And I got another heavyweight prospect, the guy from Toronto actually beat him. So it's a little bit of hopefully a payback fight if we get the win.
Yeah.
And he's very, very excited to fight. He won his last fight in 50 seconds, just knockout, bam, just comes out, knocks people out. So
nice.
he's got a few knockouts on his record. Obviously, everyone loves the heavyweights. Steph Lamarche, man.
Hey, man.
Speak of the OG, this guy's he's fighting a kid from New York that's 12-2 in boxing and 25-1 in Muay Thai. So Steph Lamarche likes the tough fights. He rises to the occasion.
Yeah.
I fought him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun, man. He's a tough dude.
He's
man.
tough.
He's made out of cement. That guy's so hard. And he just laughs at you, talks shit, and he'll throw bombs. So we're gonna see what happens there. Very excited. And then the third main event would be a rematch between Joey DeBow and Warwick Folke. Both are A-class fighters. Both are from gyms in Ottawa. They fought before, and it was a split decision. Warwick had a point taken off because of a violation. He hit Joey after the bell. People say that's why he lost the fight. He should have won the fight, but he got the point taken off. So that's hence the split. Okay. So they've been talking a little bit back and forth.
Nice.
Makes it interesting. Yeah, it makes it interesting. We got a great undercard too. Again, 6, 7, 8 quality fight. I can't count. 8 quality fights on the undercard. And man, super exciting, you know?
That sounds exciting.
Yeah, it will be.
So you guys, you got fighters fighting Thai this weekend. Talk to me about some of the guys that fight a New Era MMA.
Yeah, so next up after that, we get December 7th at the Bell Center.
Okay.
Super excited for that.
Who's on that card?
Mateo Vogel.
Okay.
He's undefeated bantamweight prospect.
Okay.
He's ranked, I think, 4th in TKO right now in bantamweight, but he's got a tough fight against Johnny Baldridge. He's out of Florida. Okay. He's coming up to fight Mateo.
Nice.
Johnny just recently starched, comatose the guy his last fight. So Mateo's ground skills. Have you ever rolled with Mateo?
No, not.
He's sick, man. He's is the heaviest bantamweight I've ever fought.
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy, man. He's got some crazy skills. He's a brown belt in BJJ. He wrestles all the time. He's wrestled his whole life. So he's a really he's got that Khabib mentality. His ground and pound. Check him out on UFC Fight Pass if you can. Mateo Vogel. He's got a couple fights up there. His ground and pound is incredibly savage. And his resiliency and his heart. And he's only 22, so he's got about 300 jiu-jitsu fights already. About 300 fights in jiu-jitsu, I think, and only two MMA fights. But he's 2-0, and if he doesn't make it to the UFC, it's my fault. He did something wrong. I did something wrong. Sorry. He's trusted me with his career, so this is a tough fight. It's a super tough fight because the kid's scrappy, the kid's a wrestler, the kid hits me really, really hard. It's a little ball of muscle, but I think Mateo will win. And then hopefully we got Mataro Low on the card as well. We're just confirming some things up with opponents, but he's a very, very special athlete as well.
He's such a dynamic striker, eh?
He knocks people out. Dynamic. He just won. He just did a jiu-jitsu tournament last weekend and won as well at a purple belt level. So
nice.
He's got a good level of everything. You know, his wrestling's sick, his striking's sick, his boxing's sick. He's good, man.
He is very good. I know that for sure. All right. Well, just to switch gears here from what you got going on there. If you had a guy right now, this is I've had some people ask me this, and I want to get your thoughts on it. If you had somebody come in to your gym, young kid, let's say he's anywhere from 12 to 13, 14 years old.
Yeah.
Says he wants to be an MMA fighter.
Yes.
Where do you start that guy?
Where do I start?
Yeah, where do you start with him? He's got no background. He's at all. What are you going to make his background? How are you going to train that guy?
I think right now, I still believe in. I think I started with both. You know, at New Era Combat Sports, we encourage all of our kids to do both. I started with Muay Thai and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and once he gets a handle of some of the judo concepts that are taught in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and of course you have to be able to recognize submissions. And you recognize how to fight in different positions, because let's be honest, fighting standing up is pretty natural to most people. You see two kids in a schoolyard fight that have never trained in their life, they're going to hit each other.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
They'll also grab each other.
Yep.
But most people do not know how to grapple. It's really, really hard. I tell these people this all the time. It's really, really hard to just know how to fight. Those people are very, very rare. You know? So, but everyone can get a grasp of how to hurt someone. You want to throw something as hard as you can at them. You want to hit them with your fist. You want to kick them. You want to scratch them. You want to all these violent strikes are much more natural.
More natural, yeah.
Whereas jiu-jitsu is not natural. So the majority of people, if you tie up with them, whether it's wrestling, judo, sambo, jiu-jitsu, whatever, as soon as you get a hold of them, they're lost. So if you know how to grapple and someone else doesn't, it's very, very easy to defeat them. Hence 1993 UFC 1.
Right.
Hence, I could tell you hundreds of bouncer stories from back into my 20s, where it's just I'm going to choke you out. I don't care how big you are. There's nothing you can do about it.
Right.
And just situations of self-defense and people, and even in the gym, you know what I mean? People coming in off the street. And back in my day, it was very, very tribal. I don't want to say it was the old school racy challenge days, but people would walk in and they'd be I train this iron fist karate, and I will challenge you because I'm a grappler. I've been to Brazil or whatever, and you choke them out unconscious, literally, and they don't want to hit them. Right. So if I was to start anybody with anything a brand new kid, it would be hyper focus on grappling, and then honing their natural striking abilities into technical striking abilities, and just getting them to understand that the work ethic is the most important thing. Because as much as you are a natural, there's always someone that's just as natural as you. It all comes down to who does the most rep, who puts in the most practice, blah, blah, blah. So for me, training a brand new person, I focusing on skills and focusing on techniques is very, very important, but I want to focus on training philosophy. I want to focus on, teaching this person how to think. Not just sending them to college to learn a trade, but sending them to university to learn how to think. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if we learn, and that really, I think that's why I can be such a good Thai coach and get some things across and have my team be so successful in Thai boxing, is because I come from a grappling background as well. So I've always done both. I'm much better at striking, but I've always done both, and I understand teaching philosophies that are involved in grappling, aka the repetition, the sensitivity training, the ability to go light when you have to, and just practice something over and over and over again. So, would I focus on one thing or the other? I think any style works if you do it well, and if you have the right training philosophy.
Yeah. I think you're right.
A boxer with wrestling is a dangerous man. A truly jiu-jitsu guy is a dangerous man. Just a Muay Thai guy with a little bit of a sprawls would be interesting. You know what I mean? How do you train? How do you train? How smart are you with your training? And how many reps do you put in? Correct repetitions for proven techniques, and that's it. Right? Training philosophy.
That makes a lot of sense, and you definitely know how to teach. I agree. Like the teaching aspect is such a big thing. Knowing how to teach something is different than being actually just knowing how to do it.
Yeah.
You know, and knowing how to teach is such a huge aspect of the learning curve.
Knowing how to do something is really, really hard.
Yeah.
Not knowing how to do something, actually being able to do it. So you start with like your foundation, which is just your talent. That's it. Some people have vast amounts of talent. Whatever. You have to add knowledge to it, right? But even that, it's only knowledge. I can read a book on how to fly a plane, but I'm not sure you want to get on that until I had the practice out.
Right. Yeah.
Right. So the only way to turn that knowledge and that talent into an actual skill is through diligent practice and correct practice. So, you know, it is what it is. I think a lot of people just rely on their natural ability and don't really focus enough on just like the tireless repetition. And the way I learned this, actually, I was taught piano at a very early age. That's where I learned how to practice. I know it's crazy. Sitting there and practice for 2 hours a day, you're going to get good at something.
You're going to get good at it, yeah, for sure.
Same thing with anything.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Absolutely. No, you know what? That's amazing, and that's you know, it's thoughts like that. That's probably why you have such a successful gym and such successful fighters, and we're a successful fighter yourself. So
just had a 1-year anniversary yesterday, so yeah, it's
amazing, man. Yeah, New Era Combat taking over everything. This is crazy.
New Era Combat's
Look at that. Anything new big that you want to bring up for New Era before we get out of here?
1-year anniversary, big show this Saturday. That's really all I'm focused on right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. We've got 8 fighters on that card. 8 out of 12 fights are from our gym, and yeah, man. Then on to TKO. And we go to the UFC the next day, and then in Toronto, and then Ortega all the way.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Let's go, man. And then after that, just look towards the new year, and hopefully we'll be doing some more shows, and maybe a couple of jiu-jitsu shows as well.
Sweet.
And yeah, man.
Where can people get tickets for this weekend?
Look us up. It's called Live at Landsdowne. On Eventbrite, you can look us up, or you can just stop by any participating gym. N1, Ottawa Fight and Fitness. You stop by New Era Combat Sports, Kempville Training Center. And there's more. Just come to New Era Combat Sports and see our beautiful gym.
That's the place to go.
Buy some tickets, you know?
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, well, Jeff, I want to thank you very much for coming on the show today, taking the time out for this.
Thank you.
And hopefully we'll talk to you again in the near future. All right. Yeah.